Okay, hello everybody. It's good to see so many friends. I want to use this opportunity to say again Mazal Tov to Herman. It's really good to see you in such a good form and recall all our better moments and the moments which were more tense over the years. It was always a pleasure to learn from you and admire your dedication. Thank you very much for that, Herman. Now, I was asked to replace here Herwig Schopper, who was the first president of the CERN Council. Sorry, not CERN, he was DG of CERN, of the SESAME Council. Now, I just put one caveat. My line here in France is not excellent. I got interrupted several times, so I didn't even hear everything that Ada said. So I hope that everything I'll say will be in agreement with what she said, at least. Am I now being heard?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Okay, so I did, because I only learned last night that I have this role, I did not prepare any presentation. And I will just say from the top of my head, and I think I will use this opportunity to give you a little bit an over picture of this, because I was involved from before the birth, maybe before conception, then the conception, then the very hard pregnancy, and then finally enjoying some of the moments of success. So it's very good to see all of these people here around, which all played a key role in over the years in having SESAME. However, we should know that SESAME is there because of the work
Weak link.
of many people all over. And
so maybe Professor Rabinovici, what would be the best is that if you cut the video to save the bandwidth, it looks that you have a weak signal. I don't know if you can hear. Apparently the line is breaking. We'll just give 1 more minute. And what could be done as well, indeed, this is to use the, well, I here had to reconnect. So to use the wall of ideas. So I invite you, so if you have the opportunity, so to access the wall of idea, and potentially, so what we could do is to have the answer and the question for the different speakers as well on that wall of idea. It will be sustainable, so it will stay for a long time. And we have collected a lot of information there. And I think it's very valuable if you can so give as well your comment there and share. And we just wait a little bit so that Professor Rabinovici reconnect. Sorry for all of those interruptions. As we said, it's a human and machine failure event. So sorry for those. And stay patient and perseverance. I remember that's also what Professor Ada Yonath was always saying, perseverance and patience. And if maybe then Professor Chris Lewis-Smith, wouldn't it be better if, yeah, that might be good because we don't know if he might have, voila, now he's back. Sorry for that.
I'm sorry, I told you that there are problems here with the lines. I'll try to be very short. And as I said, I also didn't hear everything that Ada said. So I'll try to give an overview of SESAME from the point of view of someone who actually was there from before the inception till now. And I want first to emphasize that though many illustrious people have contributed, Ada, Herwig Schopper, Chris Llewellyn-Smith, Rolf Hoye, all people with very high exposure and people know about them. But actually, SESAME is an example where something worked because of many, many people whose name you don't know. You never heard of them. They sit in offices in Tehran, they sit in offices in Cairo, they sit in offices in Jerusalem. These were people which helped the process go. And it's not a simple process. You heard what is the composition of the countries involved. A lot of obstacles, a lot of people who are not so willing to help. And therefore, we are really grateful and should be grateful to all these people whose name we don't, most of the names we don't know, whose joint work together, believing in the common cause of trying to both further the interests of their country and of humanity as a whole. That's what enabled SESAME to go on. And the people involved till now carry lots of scars, and nevertheless, they were able to work together. And that's a very, very impressive thing. And I think that it's something we should acknowledge, especially the young generation, which may be listening to this, that it is possible. It is possible for people from this area torn for years with war to work together for a common cause. And as I said, very widespread, lots of people supported this project. I will say that there were various stages. The stage number one was to try and build some structure where people working in the region can actually work together for science. And that took some time. And Ada named some of the people that were involved. But anyhow, we are not giving now the credits, we are just giving the general picture. So there was a construct which enabled Palestinians, Israelis, Egyptians, mainly Arabs and Israelis to work together. The second stage was recognizing that if we want such a project together, it has to be a big project. Smaller projects interest governments less. The governments are interested in larger projects, and therefore we needed to have a larger project. The next stage was a stage when Herwig Schopper, and he could have described that in great detail, took over and tried to construct at a meeting which was held at Uppsala and hosted by Tord Ekerlof, tried to form together and build what was called the pre-SESAME. It's not an official SESAME. There was a lot of work to do together. One had to decide on the site. One had to decide on what countries participate. The decision, after a very complex set of maneuvers, it was decided to be Jordan. I won't tell you all the details of how that happened. And I heard Ada mention the 2.5 to 3 hours. So Khaled Toukan, who is not here, unfortunately, and myself in a hotel in Amman on a funny map actually chose this. And this was our condition, that it be 2.5 hours actually from Weizmann. And
yeah, I guess again the weak link, but that was a very powerful message. I think so. So we can applaud that. Those words are so important for the community. So just a few seconds, and otherwise, I guess that what we could do for everyone, this is put your question and answer maybe in the little icon so that we can look at them at the end. Oh, here we are. Very good.
Okay, so now I'll try. So there were several stages. Stage number one, build a construct where people from the region can work together. Stage number two, which was taken over by Herwig Schopper, try and build actually an organization which can work. And for this, we needed to take Bessie, even though we knew that Bessie is an old machine which good scientists would not come to. And actually, it helped us to make the administrative structure, but it was a great hindrance to us for many years, because people thought that SESAME is a very old, uninteresting light source, and it took a lot of effort to overcome that. Herwig succeeded to steer us all together, not the usual bedfellows in the Middle East, succeeded to arrange that we find where to do it, and the decision was to do it in Jordan, and succeed actually, after choosing the site, also to build at least the shell which would take the place. And this was a major achievement. The next, the baton fell, or was passed over to another Director General of CERN, Chris, who will describe it in more detail. One can just call it the construction phase, that he took over something where dreams were already had serious components of reality, but there was no machine, and under his stewardship, a machine was formed. He then passed it over to Rolf Hoye, another Director General of CERN, and under Rolf, the part of experiments are actually happening there, and there is a large amount of experiments, and I'm sure you are going to hear from that from the people from SESAME. So I would say that, in conclusion, we showed that a dream can be made reality, very complicated to do it. I think most of you don't realize how fragile the situation actually is till now. This has passed really, really rough seas, and is also now in rough seas. Nevertheless, we succeeded, at least till now, to stick together for over 20 years, which is something amazing in our region. And I think after we pass the stage of showing that such a miracle can happen, we come to the science stage, and now we are going to be judged by how good the science is. And we have to do every effort that the science be of the best possible quality, compatible with the resources that we have. Thank you.